Well, hey, I'm John Ritlin, that is
The Turbinator.
This is a review of AEW's Fight for the Fallen show.
Yes.
A charity event where the proceeds go to the victims of gun violence that took place in Jacksonville, Florida. I want to say this much. One, it's great to put on a charity event. It's great that wrestlers donated.
Was it like,
$150,000?
No, Victim Assistance Advisory Committee?
I think it was something like that.
Something like that.
I don't exactly remember. This show, I want to say this, though, outside of the charity, which was great, by the way, this show went on 30 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Fyter Fest was the perfect length, which is something I know about, and what?
Stop lying to the people.
I don't know about
Anyway,
this did go on too long, though.
Yeah. So let's get into the buy-in, shall we?
We have the plug for All Out. That's good to plug it when it goes all out. And Alex Marvez back on commentary. Let me say this much. While he's not that good, he was better here.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't great, but he was better here. Excalibur on commentary. So we do with that. Then we have Peter Avalon, who looks like what would happen if Rick Rude never worked out a day in his life. Except did the lean muscle thing, but never...
If Rick Rude skipped leg day, and arm day, and chest day, and triceps day, and...
Peter Avalon was in good shape. He was just very slight.
Yeah.
And he with Leva Bates.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. Versus Sonny Kiss. And Sonny Kiss coming out with the Jaguar Girls. Let me say this much. It was good to see Sonny Kiss in a singles match.
Yeah. And Sonny Kiss was being unabashedly Sonny Kiss.
Yes. And you know what? Hey, I did like how the crowd at one point chanted, "Reading sucks," which is pretty funny about this.
Florida.
They're kind of... I don't know if they're that uneducated down there, but...
it depends on where you go.
That's a good point. I think you can say it about Washington. But anyway, it was a good match. There were a few spots that maybe were a little bit slow.
Yeah.
I think it was because mainly this was just... It was kind of just thrown together a little bit. Obviously, you have to watch Being the Elite to really get into all these stories. I'm sorry, I do not have that much time to watch that. I just don't.
Yeah.
But it was good for what it was. Sonny Kiss ended up winning in a split, literally off the ropes. And, pinning Avalon for the 1, 2, 3.
Was a bit of a weird finisher, but to be honest, not the fact that he was doing the splits, but just it looked a little weak.
It was. He could be trying out some new finishers.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. And I will say this: it served its purpose. The crowd was super into Sonny Kiss.
Yeah. And
it was good. It was nice. And then we get Jennifer Decker. Interviewing people backstage.
Yeah.
That was nice. Interviewing the Rhodes Brothers. Cool stuff.
Hyping up for the main event.
That's right. We get Britt Baker and Riho versus Shoko, Nakajima, and B. Priestley. Shoko channeling Princess Mononoke.
Yep.
Which, if you haven't seen that anime, what the hell's wrong with you? Go watch it after this review, of course.
And of course, reffed by the
incomparable
Girl Hebner herself,
Aubrey Edwards.
Yep.
I hope she is at the next Defy show in July.
Yeah.
Well, later this month, actually. 2-day event, by the way. So, by the way,
I really doubt she's gonna appear at the Without a Cause show, considering,
I don't think she's gonna. But I will say this: the match picked up and got better. It was a bit slow, and I'm not sure if it's because they were trying to do different styles. I'm not sure if it's because they didn't know each other all that well. Though, it did pick up later. There were some nice moves, some good exchanges. This went on a bit long. And that's going to be a theme for the show. This could have cut. They could have cut some minutes off.
We were frequently saying this match is going way too long.
And it's good they get the fans their money's worth, and they put it on for charity and showed, hey, we can put on this great show for charity.
You got to focus on quality over quantity.
Yes, and we did at one point where Britt Baker tried to hot tag to the wrong corner. And I thought that Kane was a bad wrestling dentist. To be fair,
shit happens.
It does. But
it ain't gonna bring down the quality of the match any.
If I'm gonna point out the botches that WWE makes, I gotta be even across the board.
Oh, certainly.
Though whatever, but Britt Baker is certainly talented, as were all these women here. First time seeing B. Priestley in a U.S. match. I saw a little bit of her stuff in Stardom, but I don't really remember enough of it, stuff that people put on YouTube. And it was a good match, though. Shoko pins Riho. Riho just... They're doing some weird booking with Riho, because she pinned Nyla Rose a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then she got pinned. But you know what? Shoko is new to the AEW audience, so it was fine. And then B and Britt brawl. So, cool.
All right.
Then we get a Kip Sabian interview. And then JR joins commentary. JR should have been on about half the matches that he was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
JR cannot do these shows.
They don't really have a color commentator on, and he's trying to play both play-by-play and color commentator, and it's not really working all that well at either of them, because one, he can't bring the energy to the mic like he used to.
It sounds like I'm picking on JR, and I'm not. Age happens, mileage, father time, all that. He clearly has a passion for it, but he needs to...
He needs to step back and just handle the production well, in my opinion.
Him calling like a Dustin Cody match, or him calling some old school stuff is fine. He doesn't need to be calling all the matches.
Make him an event.
Make him like the WCW should have made Gordon Soley in 1989. We then get a main card, high package. That was cool. We start off with MJF, Sammy Guevara, Shawn Spears, who is now the chairman. Do you get it? It's because he hit Cody over the head with a chair. We met Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
And we've seen MJF.
He was in a match against Sonico without a cause.
Yeah. And Sammy, really nice guy.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could have met MJF before, but...
Yeah. That was like one of our first events that we went to.
One of the first couple Defy shows. We saw him at a couple Defy shows. And then they faced Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela. Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, we both met.
Yes.
Darby a couple times. Joey Janela actually going to be at that Defy show as well. Okay, so we've got biting. A lot of biting.
It's Jimmy Havoc.
That's a good point. We get infighting among MJF and Spears, where MJF, like when Spears tags out, MJF's just, a flush. God damn it. MJF and Jay White, I think, are the two best heels in wrestling. Because, now, it's fine if people don't agree with MJF, or with my opinion on MJF. That's okay.
I'd like to hear your guys' reason as to why you don't like MJF in terms of his skill.
Is he the greatest wrestler? No, but he can get his ass kicked and still get heat.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. Miz is about the only one that's been able to do that lately. Like, as far as
aside from his face turn that he's been in.
Well, yeah, but you get what I mean, from years and years. And, you got Jimmy Havoc there, he's really good. Shawn Spears is clearly the one heel of the group. Even though MJF he was kind of getting in Shawn Spears' face because MJF is Cody's friend. We do get a nice superplex where, boy, Sammy Guevara took all that.
Dear God.
Oh, God. And of course, then we get where people run in. You hit a move, I'll hit a move, and everything. You hit a move, somebody else runs in, hits a move.
It's the usual spot you'd expect in six-man tag where everyone's exchanging blows, everyone gets their moment, everyone gets their time in the ring. Darby Allin, I think, may still be recovering from the match.
The coffin drop they did on the apron.
So was mostly kept out of the match except for a few moments.
He did have some good moments.
Oh, yeah.
And
that high spot that he does where he goes off the top rope when someone's got him in and then does an arm drag on.
God, good Lord.
Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty to see live if you haven't gotten a chance.
Yeah.
Of course, we had numerous spots on the apron, which, as we know...
What?
No selling that goddamn bit right there. Of course, some of the, I think it was Excalibur that was mocking the whole thing where he said the hardest part of the ring, which of course Excalibur, I really like Excalibur on commentary. He's great. I loved him in the brief shows he did for New Japan. Just to get
they really need to hire a good play-by-play commentator.
That Golden Boy guy was pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
From Fyter Fest, I would say have Golden Boy do it.
Yeah, either that or have Excalibur handle like play-by-play and then bring in that Logan dude.
Logan, at least occasionally. Yeah. If you're in the Florida area or whatever, or if you can fly Logan in, 'cause that guy was really good. Use him sparingly. You can rotate people in and out. Excalibur should be the main guy you use on commentary.
Yes.
Because he is terrific. Spears does hit a DVD on Darby Allin for 3.
Yep.
If we're going to get, possibly, we might get Cody and Darby versus Shawn and somebody at All Out.
That might be pretty interesting.
Because then it could build a TV where you get Cody and Shawn. You don't blow your load in the feud already.
Shawn and Sammy versus Cody and Darby?
I think Sammy actually would work pretty goddamn well in that spot. I think that's a good idea.
I have those from time to time.
Plenty of good ideas, my friend. We get security removing that Jabali guy from the private party.
Yeah, see you later, jabroni.
And then we get...
Which I think JR called him jabroni.
I think he did. We then have the show come to a screeching motherfucking halt. Brandy versus Allie. Oh. And as the match is starting, Awesome Kong comes down to the ring.
Yes.
Now, I will say that was cool.
And does piss off for most of the match.
To be fair, I mean, she, helped Look, Brandy has a metal plate in her collarbone. She suffered an injury. She did work through it. Credit to her. I'm not saying she's not tough. She should not be in wrestling. Or in the ring. She should not be in the ring. She can be a manager. She's great at getting heat. Do the promos, do an occasional bump, that kind of stuff. Be a valet. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was
painful.
Yeah.
This is, if I'm going to say that the WWE has some women that should not be in the ring or something like that, or some women's wrestling matches that weren't good, this was not good. It wasn't. Allie did not benefit from this. I knew Brandy would win. That's not my issue. It's how you book it. And this was not very good. Kong distracts. Brandy wins with a spear. The bionic spear, as they call it, because she hit with, I think it's this side. Yeah, she hit with this side. With the metal plate in her. Brandy's just not very good. Is she the worst in the world? No. But she should not be. I know she hasn't wrestled in months because of her broken collarbone. And that's fine. But
it was rough to watch, and it really didn't
help
leave much to be desired.
Didn't help Allie. And then we got Kong and Awesome Kong and Brandy are like teasing Allie or whatever it is, and then.
But then the Queen of Kongs appears.
Asha Kong.
Yes.
Right, okay. Yeah, that was cool. And then she confronts Awesome Kong. By the way, that was pretty cool. Hey, we lead to that match. That's fine. There was one cool moment though that I want to talk about in the women's tag where Britt Baker just pulls on Shoko Hikamura.
Her tail.
Nakajima's tail. That was pretty cool. I can't. Thankfully,
Nakajima.
We then get the Dark Order versus Angelico, Jack Evans.
Yeah.
Versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt.
Yeah. With Jungle Boy yet again on top of Luchasaurus' shoulders.
Because why not? I mean, seriously, it's great. It's great.
Hilarious.
The winner advances to face best friends to earn that first round bye in the All Out in the tag team that bye in the tag team tournament.
This was overall a good match, except for
a little long.
Yeah. Well, as before and so again. This match was longer than it needed to be.
Now, Luchasaurus was super over. It was sloppy at first.
So was Jungle Boy.
Well, yeah, Jungle Boy was really over. I mean, a boy and his dinosaur. It did get better at the end. You had Marco jump in.
Yeah.
No, I don't get the appeal of Marco Stunt. I don't hate the guy. I don't hate him. It's great that he's getting to live out his dream. He looks like a 12-year-old kid trying to wrestle.
He does.
And I don't like it. I just don't like it.
And we've seen a 14-year-old wrestle.
Oh, God, we have shit.
Yeah, he's only the son of Buddy Wayne, though, so.
True.
Measuring Marco Stunt up to Nick Wayne might be a bit different.
Measuring Marco Stunt up to really anybody.
Yeah.
But just.
I mean, like, if you had Marco Stunt on top of Jungle Boy's shoulders, he might equal Luchasaurus' height.
Right. And maybe if you combine their hair. The Dark Order, I'm sorry, they're good wrestlers. I don't like the gimmick.
It's
the gimmick
toasty in here.
Yeah, it is. The gimmick sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm sorry. It's bad.
I mean, I like the look of, who is it?
Uno, the guy in the mask.
Yeah. No, not the guy in the mask.
I don't remember the bald guy. Sorry. Yeah. Let us know in the comments who the fuck it is.
I like his look, but the guy in the mask, like, not so much.
His pants were any higher, they'd be at his goddamn neck.
They look like they'd be 5 seconds away from a comedy act in WWE.
He has the wrong trousers on, is what I'm trying to say. This did go on a bit long. There were some cool, pinfall attempts and air falls and all that.
It was pretty obvious though that the Dark Order was intended to win this one because why else would they have picked on the best friends
at Fyter Fest? Fatality, I believe is what it's called. Pin Jungle Boy.
Fatality.
And of course, JR says Dark Order has some kinks to work out as Uno is wearing that mask.
Yes.
JR, what the fuck? It's not the worst line we heard on commentary. We're going to get to that a little bit later.
Oh, God.
Yes, we're not going to spoil it yet, though. Adam Page versus Kip Sabian, once again, went on too long.
Yes.
It was a good match.
Especially when you know who's going to win this one.
Now, there's nothing wrong with making Kip Sabian look good, but you could have done that in a match that was about 13 minutes.
Yeah.
You did not need to give so much when Adam Page is supposed to be the guy that you are pushing to face Chris Jericho. There were some cool dives, another apron spot. Again, Hara's part of the ring. Moonsault by Page outside. Guy landed on his knee a little bit. Ow. As I said, went too long. Kip had a good showing.
He did.
There was a nice, the Deadeye used to be the rite of passage, 1, 2, 3.
The Deadeye, Shawn Michaels.
Then Jericho. No, and then we have JR saying, are we looking at the next and first AEW champion?
For there to be a next, there usually has to be a previous, but I mean, if you wanted to say, will he be the inaugural AEW champion or the first AEW champion, that's perfectly fine. But the next,
To be fair, he
I could be pedantic about it, so I will.
To be fair, he couldn't say Tranquilo at all, so... I know
Tranquilo.
God damn, I know he's Southern. I'm sorry. It's not like I'm hammering JR, but if I'm gonna hammer other commentary, I have to hammer him. Maybe I don't have to. And then some guy shows up in the mask.
Golly fucking gee, I wonder who it could be.
It was Batman. It was Jericho.
Do you want to know my secret identity?
Where are they? By the way, if you've seen the Sting gif where he takes off the mask, that's basically this, to reveal the Sting face paint.
I'm having trouble understanding this concept.
Yes?
Why did he wear a mask of another stable just to remove said mask to reveal it to be him?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Plot-wise, it makes no sense.
No goddamn sense.
Like, did he want to make sure the blame was put on the Dark Order? If so, why did he remove the mask? You could have had Hangman feuding with the Dark Order because of a mistaken identity.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
You did not do the thing. Jericho kind of looks like an out-of-shape guy trying to scuba dive with the way he was like in that outfit. Am I wrong? Yeah. He looked pretty bad.
Chris Jericho looks like you could stay away from the Omaha Steaks for a little bit. Take it from a guy who's lost almost 80 pounds.
Man, good for you. Told him he could do it.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, but Granddad Bod Jericho is what I call him. You need stones. SCU with Christopher Daniels versus the Lucha Bros, and we had referee Aubrey Edwards out there again.
Yes.
This is where it picked up.
And things went a lot better for Aubrey in comparison to the last time we saw her in her match with the Lucha Bros involved.
By the way, Phoenix broke up a pin by super kicking Aubrey Edwards. We were all ready to rush the goddamn ring. Like, don't you hurt our Aubrey! She ain't our Aubrey, but anyway, it's like, let's protect her at all costs. We did this funny moment where Pentagon tried tossing one of his gloves at Aubrey.
Yes.
She didn't catch it.
Yeah, she missed the catch.
Yeah.
And so she threw it back to him, and then they did again. She caught it.
That was pretty cool. A lot of super kicks, which is shocking for a Lucha Bros match.
Right.
And more kicks, and more kicks. It's like trucks, and more trucks. Really good stuff. There was
trucks, and what the fucks.
There was a nice ramp spot. There were some ramp spots where I'm like, cringe. That's bad. I sound so goddamn out of touch saying that.
Hashtag cringe.
Wait, is that what the kids say?
I have no fucking idea. I'm 20-fucking-8, dude.
I'm 38.
I know.
I'm old. I know. Yeah. How long have you done this? Right. So then we get the Lucha Bros win. Yes. They needed this. Nothing against SCU, but Lucha Bros lost on the first two shows. They had to win here.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Lucha Bros are far better than being 0-3, and wins and losses do matter, as they've said in AEW. So
they do. We
then
get a ladder match opportunity possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix and Pentagon challenging the Young Bucks to a ladder match where they said they are the best tag team in the planet.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get him out of there.
Which I hope we see that match at All Out. That's going to be great.
Yes.
Though, and I don't know if it's Excalibur or Marvez, but at one point, one of the chops, they said that sounded like a gunshot.
Yes.
This was an event.
This sounded like a gunshot. Commentary says, at a pay-per-view, a charity event, no less, for the victims of gun violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was an instinctual thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry, but when you got me saying that you said something tasteless or inappropriate, that's saying something.
That really is saying something. Because that's how words work. But also, if he says something like that, that's definitely something you done fucked up, Aaron.
I don't have much of a filter, but anyway, it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the match. It was very
filter.
That was very good. And then we get to Kenny Omega and CIMA.
Yes, this was a pretty good match. It started off good. The middle was a little like the rest period, essentially.
I think the first 10 minutes were kind of building a little bit.
God, it's toasty.
It is toasty. We're going to finish this up here. But, boy, there was some good building, though.
Yeah.
They built up the stuff, and then... Boy, CIMA, I think that's how you say it, did this. It was like this, sunset flip powerbomb, and Omega landing right on his goddamn neck.
Yeah. Then there was the Meteor from behind, which really made contact with Kenny Omega. And then he hit it again from the front, and hit him right here. So Kenny was sitting there like, fuck.
And remember, he puts them on that table that we think is going to break.
And it doesn't break.
It does not do the thing. I am the table, in other words. Boy, there were some really, really close near falls. Some good. This was a very good match. A lot of
Snapdragon suplexes.
We got "You Killed Kenny" chant from the crowd.
Yeah.
Double underhook pile driver from Kenny. Some V triggers, more stuff.
Yep.
CIMA looked like he was going to win. I think that's how you say it. But One Wing Angel, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Good match. I might say this in Lucha Bros SCU is match of the night. Co-match of the night, I'd say.
If I had to measure them up, I'd say Omega and CIMA just narrowly outmatch it.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's fair. We then get a Jericho promo.
And I'm not a New Japan shill, so it's not because it's Omega, but because personally I think this match, although the first, like I said, the first 10 minutes or so was building up, as it built up, it got better and better and better and better and better.
People said it was comparable to an Okada match and said Okada's had better matches than Kenny Omega. They said
anyway.
But anyway,
Jericho. If I watch New Japan more, I'd probably know what you're talking about.
True. That's okay though. You review enough stuff as it is with me. Jericho promo. He needs to let it go.
Oh my god.
He needs to let it go. He needs to retire.
He already let it go.
That too. I'm not talking physique wise. He is exactly what he railed against. He's an old guy taking up a spot from a younger guy.
Yeah.
His ego.
I don't know if it's about the ego, but for him, one. So there is a benefit of having Chris Jericho, and that is to attract WCW fans, WWE fans. You got to get as many eyes on the product as you can early on, and I get that.
I do.
Having Jericho cut a 20-minute, 20-minute promo segment?
If it wasn't 20 minutes, it felt like it.
Yeah, it felt far longer than it ever needed to be.
Yeah, he kept saying, I have to beat the Hangman. If I don't, this may be the end of my career. Jericho will not last 3 years in AEW wrestling.
No.
He will not.
He should be retired by MJF, in my humble opinion.
I would like that. Hangman and Jericho brawl, and then the locker room empties. There were 5 people out there.
Yeah, they said the locker room emptied, and they're
and Helico, Jack Evans, a couple...
Although I get it, because you don't want to bring everyone out for
True.
A pay-per-view. That wouldn't make any sense.
Still... Yeah, Jerry Lynn. It took me a second to recognize him because I'm not used to
more people at an indie event.
The sign Outlaw Mud shows for life.
Oh god.
We then get
wanted to poke fun at Cornette.
Fuck would want to poke fun at Cornette with this kind of show.
A lot of people.
That's true. We then get a lot of people hyping up the main event. Tony Schiavone, Jake Roberts. I guess Tony Schiavone felt that it put butts
in seats. Yes.
Jake
Roberts, who I imagine Vince seeing that at home going, "You snake!"
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
And then we have the Rhodes Brothers, Cody and Dustin versus the Young Bucks.
Yes.
Look, this did not need to be as long as it was. It was good.
No kidding.
But
as the constant theme of the show's been, this was going on for far too long.
The Bucks did mock the Rhodes' emotion. At the end of that was pretty cool. We had the crowd was dead at times. They did pick up. This crowd was exhausted.
Yes.
They did not expect this show to be that long, as you said.
Yeah, and with how hot and humid Florida is, I can't imagine that they were that enthused by the end of it.
And it's humid here, but boy, it's humid in Florida. From what I heard. I did pick up later on, of course, Super Kick Party. Shocking, the Bucks are throwing super kicks.
Or that one part where they threw 4 super kicks, and it's it's a super kick party, except they're getting older and they're getting really tired and they can't really take as many as they used to give. So
I think it's Nick that's the older one that's starting to bald, and yeah,
it's gonna be hilarious when he's got Baron Corbinitis.
Hopefully without the tattoos and the
Or the
sad
torso.
I was about to say that.
Anyway.
But some good moves by Cody, Dustin. But in the end, Meltzer Driver pins Cody for the 1-2-3.
Yes.
We then get a show of respect.
Yep.
And then,
Bucks get interrupted during their conversation because they're running out of time.
so everybody comes out, including the Elder Khan.
Yes. Khan brings out a gigantic check.
150 grand.
Except it doesn't have an account number or running number on it, so it really can't be used. How would you even deposit a check that big?
Very carefully.
AEW is over-promising and under-delivering.
We are crapping on charity stuff. No, but in all seriousness, it was great stuff.
Yeah.
They woke up Shad Khan because I think the last time when they shot him in the crowd, he looked like he was asleep.
Respect to the mustache, by the way.
But, yeah, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Cody did a fired up thing. You can run a show against us, but you can't kill our passion, basically. And then Omega did, instead of good night, goodbye, and good night, bang, good night, or goodbye, and good night, boing, which is funny. And that was the end of the show. I'm waffling between...
Oh, that's why he didn't do bang. I completely neglected to think about why he was doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, victims of
complaints. Yeah. I knew exactly. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I mean, Omega's smart enough with that. 10 to B minus, even though it went too long. 10 to B minus because, you know what? C plus.
Yeah,
C plus.
I was gonna say, for me personally, it was C plus. Like,
there were good matches.
I want to give it a B minus.
Yeah.
I do, but overall, this was
too long.
It went. Too many matches went far too long. The Brandy Rhodes and Alley match didn't need to happen. If you could have had Brandy come out and say, "I'd like to fight you, but I have something more awesome in mind," and then bring out Awesome Kong and do that. Make that a theme of Awesome Kong as Brandy's enforcer.
And Kong could have just flattened Alley before the match began, and you could have had Aja Kong confront her and everything. You could have said it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah. But there were so many times where we sat there like, this is going too long. When is this going to end?
That's not to say...
And it was a point of almost to a point of frustration with this pay-per-view.
It really was.
So...
It was great that it was for charity. Great what they did. But as a wrestling show, it went too long.
Yeah.
Speaking of going too long, we said C+. You...
have a poll.
And we'll do that.
Also a poll with grades on it. But this has been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I am not John Ritlin. I am the Durbinator. And you have a great night.
Goddamn.